protests. But law enforcement officials are not the only ones questioning the movement now. Earlier this week, a Marine vet took to YouTube with a message that quickly got national attention.
This Black Lives Matter movement only promotes racism, and now they encouraging black people to go kill white people because they want white people to feel what we felt 400 years ago. All lives matter. That police officer that got killed by that black man because that black man listened to what y'all was saying by going out and killing white people. That police officer's life mattered. That 9-year-old girl in Ferguson, Missouri that got shot in the head while she was doing her homework in a drive-by shooting that none of y'all protested, her life mattered. Then y'all slandered me, y'all called me Uncle Tom and all that type stuff, how whatever. Man, check this out. I had drill instructors in boot camp that had better insults than y'all. The reason why I have a lot of black supporters, I'm gonna tell you the God honest truth. The reason why I have a lot of black supporters is because black people can't accept the truth about themselves. Black people admitting to the truth is like them snitching on themselves. And black people have this no snitching rule. They gonna deny till they die. Y'all only teaching black people to hate white people, and now y'all encouraging black people to throw their lives down a drain by taking away somebody else's life? Sad. I'm gonna pray for y'all.
Joining me now, the young Marine you just saw, Michael Whaley. Michael, thank you so much for being here. What a powerful message, and I want to start by saying you're 27 years old, you're a father yourself, and in the wake of you posting this video, you've gotten severe pushback. What kind of messaging are you receiving?
I'm getting all types of messages from everybody. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So everybody's entitled to their own opinion, so freedom of speech. So they can say hateful stuff towards me. Sometimes the truth hurts, sometimes the truth is bitter. It's not gonna be sweet. I don't know what I'm trying to do is just get the message out. I love everybody. I love everybody. I love all y'all. I care about all y'all. If I didn't care about y'all, I wouldn't be here. I'm missing time away from my kids just to get this message out because I'm worried about my kids and your kids and the future. That's what matters. Their lives matter, all lives matter.
Why do you say in the video, why do you believe that the movement promotes racism? Because it says it's there to stop racism that it perceives on the part of law enforcement.
It doesn't, no, it only provokes racism. The reason why, because I'm putting the spotlight in Chicago because this goes out to the people of Chicago. I care about y'all because it's a lot of crime that goes on in Chicago every single day that doesn't get talked about in the mainstream media. And their lives matter. And it's too much killing that's going on. And the Black Lives Matter movement, they only protest when a white officer kills a black person. And to be honest, the mainstream media causes a lot of racism. They instigate it because in the mainstream media, they put white officer kills on black man. It instigates racism. Now, if they would have put police officer kills on civilian, you wouldn't know if that person was white or black, and 9 times out of 10 people that's watching probably wouldn't give a damn. Sorry for saying that, but I'm just being honest.
What do you mean about the no snitch rule? That was the first I'd heard something about that. This is your explanation for why you think black people in the inner cities don't speak up more about black on black crime?
The no snitching rule, you know for a fact, you probably heard of it before, so I know this ain't your first time hearing it. You heard of no snitching rule. That's been a no snitching rule.
Yeah,
it's like something
but in this context, it was new.
Okay, but yeah, how it is that it's telling the truth. Like if black on black crime happens every day, so if a black person go kill another black person, they gonna deny till they die. They're not gonna admit the truth, and some people don't like admitting the truth because they don't like that. Like it hurts me to say right there. It hurts me. As a black man, so right there, I had to tell the truth about my own people. But I did it because I care about my people. Jesus' own people turned on him because he spoke the truth, and they had him crucified. But at the end of the day, he loved them. So I love every single one of y'all. And this violence that's going on has to be stopped. This racism that's going on has to be stopped because black people and white people, we're not enemies. We have somebody else that's behind closed doors that's actually pulling the strings, that's actually causing a lot of racism here in America. Look at Martin Luther King. Would Martin Luther King want people to ride in Ferguson? No, he would not. Would Martin Luther King want people to ride in Baltimore? No. Martin Luther King had a dream. Now it's time for us to turn that dream into a reality. I don't care if I die trying, but I'm gonna guess what? I got my kids that's gonna carry on my legacy. And if I can't make that dream happen, then they gonna make it happen. It starts with us. It starts with education. We need to be teaching our kids as growing up to overcome diversity, to accept criticism for all races, and to love one another, not because of the color of their skin. And the Black Lives Matter movement, they only instigate, they encouraging African Americans to throw away their lives for what? To take care for something that happened years ago that most white people this generation was not a part of, that they could not control.
Understood.
This history. Let's not look at the negative things in history. If we're going to look at the negative things, let's take those negative things and turn them positive, because history tends to repeat itself.
I got it.
I'm tired of it.
Michael, thank you.
So let's make a change to history. And I'm promoting this All Lives Matter movement because everybody's life matter, because I care about everybody. I love all of y'all.
I hear you, and hopefully you won't receive any of hateful feedback. We appreciate you coming on, telling us your perspective tonight. All the best to you, and thank you for your service.
Oh, you're welcome.
Joining me now for more, Mark Furman, Fox News contributor and former LAPD homicide detective, and Richard Fowler, a nationally syndicated radio host. Richard, where's he going wrong?
Although I think this brother's exactly right. I think he speaks to the fact that all lives do matter, right? But here's the thing, and I think he'll tell you as well as anybody else will tell you, what's in question is whether or not Black lives matter. And I think when you see more and more African Americans die at the hands of police, or at the hands of, even black on black crime, where you have too many illegal guns on the streets, we have a serious problem, Megan. And I'm not only talking about this from just speaking out of my own self. I think you look at all the polling data. The Pew report recently came out, indicated that even white Americans and Hispanic Americans overwhelmingly believe that we have got to do something about the racial disparities that exist in our country, whether it be mass incarceration as part of our prison system, or it be what we see happening every day all across the country, where African Americans are racially profiled police officers.
Well, what's interesting when you listen to Michael, Mark, is he doesn't necessarily deny some of those stats, but he sort of thinks, let's start by looking internally in our own communities and take responsibility for our own role in some of this.
Well, it's really nice to hear some common sense on the media about this. And, when you think about Black Lives Don't Matter, or Black Lives Matter, excuse me, what doesn't matter is they're at the same time they're saying this, they're chanting about murdering police officers. And are they talking about murdering black police officers and white police officers? Just white police officers? But if they're talking about anybody, in the same breath, they're talking about murdering somebody, the very thing that they're out protesting. I'm a little confused with this, and I think Michael was very accurate that it all promotes racism. The message, it becomes all muddled in their purpose to actually change something that they're misrepresenting most of the time.
That's the thing, Richard, is that it's tough. Like, they really want to get through to cops, to be heard by cops. It's tough to make the cops hear you when, as we showed last night, you're out there chanting oink, oink, bang, bang in their faces.
Here's the thing, Megan. I think the question we have to ask ourselves contextually, and I was on the show yesterday talking about this same matter. I think what the Black Lives Matter movement is asking for, what they're pleading for, what they're begging for is accountability, not only from police officers, but from elected officials, to make sure that every citizen, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, or Asian, is treated with the same respect from police officers. But with that being said, what's in question here, Megan, is whether or not Black lives truly matter to police, right? If you look at all the cases, look at stop and frisk in New York City, where they over-profiled more over-proportionally African Americans were stopped, even though they committed no crime. We indeed have a problem. We've said on the show before and talked about mass incarceration, where this nation spends $80 billion a year putting people in prison rather than educating them in the schoolhouse. These are major problems. This is not a white problem or a black problem or a Republican problem or a conservative problem. This is an American problem. $80 billion is going down the drain in mass incarceration, and it's ridiculous.
Go ahead, Mark.
Well, when I hear Richard, he's kind of coloring this with a lot of crayons. when you talk about violent crime and who's in prison, it's exactly the proportion of who's identified in crime reports and the exact proportion of who's in prison. I mean, the proportions are very reflective about what law. Yeah, really, Richard. 68% of the violent crime in this country is committed by 19% of the population.
Let him finish, Mark.
That's exactly the reflection.
Let him finish, Richard. Let him finish, Richard. We're up
Excuse
against the
me,
break.
Richard.
Go ahead, Mark.
When you identify a problem like that, all you're doing is bringing up another question. The idea is you don't kill cops to solve a problem about being stopped because you're black.
Thank you both. We'll be right back.
Why are you